Come on, microphone. There we go. Hello, everybody. Everybody's having a wonderful day today. Sometimes the microphone just does not decide to not work. Anyways, let's jump right back into presumably losing to the same boss repeatedly over and over again. Because that's where we were last time. Is one boss who I think was not that far away. I don't think the boss was that far away, at least. But they are a little bit on the tricky side from what I can remember. I think they were called like Atlas or something. And they're a little bit on the more energetic side. I should remind myself how the controls for this game work before I get into the boss fight, because I was just playing Silk Song yesterday, which has a different control scheme. Okay, that's dodge, right? There we go. Also, welcome to stream. Okay, I think the strategy I had figured out was that jumping towards this guy does not work out in my favor. Yeah, because then I needed to dodge, because we have only, I think we could only take 6 hits, and I just took 3 in a row right there. Because we did turn off our health bar for the extra slot on the damage meter, for the extra 5 accessory equip points, because this game decided that both your health and your equipment, or that your health, I suppose, is an equipment, which is kind of entertaining, but also means that if I want more equipment for facing off against a boss, I lose my health bar. We are at 1 health. Yeah, so I did remember the 6 correctly. Yeah, the 6 health correctly. Okay, are you gonna spin at me? You're gonna spin at me, and then you're gonna ground slam. Okay. Yeah, this boss, we're not even halfway through their health bar yet. Which, this game is very, very pretty looking, at least. But also the boss fights tend to be a little bit on the rough side. Because we also don't have any sort of dash attack that I'm aware of, at least. I'm not aware of any dash attack that we actually have. I suppose we do have the hairpin attack that we unlocked a little while ago. So that's less of an attack and more of just like grappling hook, which I do suppose can attach me or launch me towards the boss if I need it to. I do suppose the grappling hook can launch me towards the boss if I need it to, and it does give me 1 attack of extra damage when I do trigger the grappling hook towards the boss. But that does still require me to get closer to the boss. And I'm trying to remember what I figured out for this boss last time, and I think it was just don't try to jump during or when it's climbing up on the wall in the background, because that doesn't work very well. And just dodge instead at that point. Because yeah, it's going to fires off several different attacks at me. It fires off several different attacks, all of which are moderately to severely terrifying. Yeah, every attack that this boss fires off is fairly scary, especially with no way that I'm aware of to get iframes, and no way I'm aware of to get like iframes off of their attack other than just my dodge ability, and just how much damage they deal relative to my fairly low health bar. Yeah, because I don't have that large of a health pool. We're down 1 out of our 6 health. Yeah, when you need it to. Okay, we are down 2 of our health, which is not great given... I think I've barely ever made it to even phase 2 of this boss fight, but also this is kind of the only way I'm aware of that we can even go. Luckily, this game has a very good pogo attack. This game does have a very good pogo attack, which does help. It does help to have a good pogo attack. And also, yeah, the dodge attack... Yeah, back with another half the games I play are Metroidvanias. Actually, probably more than half the games I play are Metroidvanias glands. So welcome to stream. I tend to play a lot of Metroidvanias. So this one is at least a little bit more unique than a lot of them, from what I've seen. At least so far. And I'm still very lost and have no idea what our actual end goal is. Yeah, I'm still not actually sure what our end goal is. Other than probably eventually defeat this boss. Because most of where... Okay, we're at 1 health, which is terrifying again. Especially, okay, we made it to the phase 2 trigger. Yeah, that might be... I am generally a fan of Metroidvania games. That they are one of my favorite genres of games, which is why I play a lot of them. Because I like the exploration side of things. Yeah, I like the exploration side of things. And also the difficulty. Like, it's very rare that I'll actually complain about difficulty unless it's, like, obviously unfair feeling. Which, this game really isn't. Even if the enemy attacking me before I get out of the elevator and taking me down 1 health is a little bit fun. Have I ever played a Metroidvania before? Maybe. Yeah, maybe. I do get it, but maybe. Perhaps I have played a couple of Metroidvanias before. Also, this boss is like a massive difficulty spike over any of the others that I've seen so far. So all the other bosses took me like maybe 3 or 4 tries. This one's taken me that many tries so far today. Let alone the fact that this is also the boss that I did like probably 10 or 15 attempts on last stream, which is a little bit terrifying. Okay. Yeah, we don't deal that much. We don't deal a ton of damage to the boss. I know I don't have their health bar turned on because having the boss's health bar turned on requires me to spend 5 of my ability points on the health bar. Which is 5 fewer ability points I can put into things that actually help me beat the boss. And it's kind of why I also don't have my health bar turned on, because that's another 5 ability points. Yeah, only a few. It's not like I have like 250 Metroidvanias sitting unplayed in my Steam library right now, or anything of that sort. That would be ridiculous. I have, I think, 2 health left. So I took a lot of damage from... I took a lot of damage from that boss right there. Which is terrifying. Yeah, not every game I play is a Metroidvania. I do also play Souls-likes and JRPGs occasionally. But it's definitely... I definitely have a strong bias towards Metroidvanias. Which, they are a very fun genre of game. Though you do also start to notice that they tend to get very similar feeling after a while. I do have 9 souls. I actually played 9 souls on the channel before. Ah, shoot. I definitely got clipped by that attack right there. I should stop trying to attack when they're in the air. Because, yeah, 9 souls is a very, very good game. I greatly enjoyed 9 souls. Okay, let's try to be careful with the boss. Yeah, let's try to be careful with the boss, because I am at least learning how to dodge most of the attacks that the boss throws out at me. But also, we've been at 1 health for quite a while, and this boss really does not give me much wiggle room to make mistakes. And then this... That ability is... terrifying? Yeah, that ability is kind of terrifying when it triggers phase 2, because I still haven't actually figured out a good way to consistently dodge it. And yeah, I keep seeing that what looks like a wall climb or like a wall jump right next to my respawn point up there. Because there's the 2 walls that are vertical and right next to each other, which makes me really think I'm going to get a wall jump at some point. I know we're going to get some form of additional vertical movement. Yeah, I died. From what I can tell, that's probably about half health on the boss. Though I also don't think I've ever actually gotten to that part of the boss fight while I have the boss's health bar enabled. I don't think I've ever actually made it to that part of the boss fight with the boss's health bar enabled, which is a little bit unfortunate, because, yeah, the health bars cost ability points. Or this game's equivalent, or I guess this game's equivalent of, like, charm notches in order to actually be able to see my health bar or the boss's health bar. It does at least have them as possibilities. Okay, the enemy's going to... Yeah, I like how the enemy does occasionally just run off into the corner to blast stuff along the floor, because it's a very easy... Yeah, it's a very easy ability for me to counter. Is when they... Okay, are you gonna just... What ability are you gonna use? Please do some sort of attack. Yeah, the timing on this boss is a little bit wonky sometimes as well. Though it's not terrible. I do a little... If you see, occasionally I get like a black halo around me, like I did right there. That's basically bonus damage on my next attack I get out of using my hairpin ability. But also, I should probably start trying to dodge. Yeah, I should probably use my dodge ability on a few more of the attacks that look like they might clip me. Because, yeah, taking damage is highly unfortunate in this game. Because I do not have much... I really don't have much in the way of health. And unlike a lot of the other Metroidvanias that I play, there is, as far as I can tell, no actual way to regenerate my health mid-boss fight. So I either beat the boss fight, like, I just beat the boss fight full stop, or... Okay, that is a way I can dodge this attack, is by using my hairpin on the boss to get to the other side of the boss. Okay. It does change his attack pattern. I think he's doing 5 now? Okay, and then he does 3 ground slams now as well. Yeah, the boss definitely is changing their attack pattern after doing that ability. I think I noticed that a little bit last time. But this, I think, is also the furthest I've ever actually made it on the boss. Though the fact that the boss just really loves to fire off this ability does not help my long-term survival odds. Yeah, that does not help my long-term survival odds. Please don't hit me there. Yeah, okay, so it looks like it does 1 spinny, then it's going to do 1, 2... Okay, it's going to do 1, 2, 3 ground slam attacks there, I think, but I got clipped by... Yeah, I got clipped by the icicle falling out of the ceiling, I think. Because my dodge will make me temporarily invulnerable, but it doesn't actually last that long. Yeah, this is my abilities, the allocation matrix points, because this is the enemy health, this is my health, both of which cost 5 energy points there. Honestly, I'm not using kinetic thrust that much for the last attack of my combo being, or dealing more damage. More damage for the more damage I've taken. Or dealing more damage every time I take damage does, I think, help a little bit. Because I'm trying to think if there's some other combination that might save me 10 so I can have my health, or save me 5 or 10 so that I can have the enemy health bar enabled. Honestly, I'm not sure I'm using enough of... That's not the right button. I'm not sure I'm using enough of the Wildcat here, so I'm going to turn the health bars on. I think I'm going to turn the health bars on again. That then leaves me 10 more that I can equip, which I don't think any of these actually help. Maybe a quicker recover after getting hit. Yeah, just trying to mess with my loadout a little bit. Because, yeah, the 5 white dots are my health bar. So I can take 5 hits, and then the 6th hit, when I don't have any of the white dots, is what actually ultimately winds up taking me out. Because the fact, I still don't know why there's 2 of the black dots in the corner for damage that I'm immune to. Or damage that takes me out instantly, because it's not immune to, for sure. Just because it's a lot of damage. I'm not sure why there's 2 of them, because if I get hit that would deal damage to either of them, I kind of slightly explode. Okay, I'm going to dodge 1. I do at least also have the enemy health bar, or the boss health bar now, so I can tell how close I got when I inevitably goof up. And you can see how little damage I'm actually dealing to this boss with each hit. But as far as I can tell, I don't have a way to make it so I deal more damage? Yeah, as far as I can tell, I don't have a way to make it so I deal more damage. Which is kind of unfortunate. Kind of unfortunate there. Because, yeah, that is... Or at least not that I'm aware of. Because this boss has a sizable health bar relative to me. Oh, the air attacks actually don't deal that much damage. Okay, that might actually help me. The down attack doesn't... Realizing that the down attack really doesn't actually deal an appreciable amount of damage. Because yeah, I can get behind the enemy on that attack also, at least a little bit. Yeah, I can get behind the enemy when it's doing this attack at least a little bit, because the boss itself doesn't actually deal contact damage. Yeah, the bosses in this game don't actually seem to deal contact damage unless they're actively doing an attack of some variety. Which is, I suppose, helpful? I suppose that is helpful to know. Okay, is it going to run to the middle of the screen? It is? I have at least learned how... Okay, I have learned how to dodge its phase 2 attack now. Which is... very, very helpful. Okay, it's going to do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3... 1, 2, 3. It's going to spin at me again, I think? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, and that's going to land on the ground there. Okay, I'm just going to dodge it there. Yeah, if I can take out the enemy's white health bar also, it also can't use the black part of its health bar. At least so far as I'm aware. Okay, shoot. I definitely walked right into that one. The ground in the boss arena is ice physics. So I guess I slid into that more than I walked into that one. Which is... I did learn something that attempt, though, which is that when I'm doing the down attack, that doesn't actually deal damage to the boss. I thought that the down, or doesn't deal a lot of damage to the boss. I thought that the down attack dealt more damage than it did, which is why I kept using it, but I think that was just extending the boss fight longer than it should have been, or longer than it needed to be. Because this attack combo does actually deal a respectable chunk of damage to the boss, or to the boss fight itself here. Though I did just take 1 damage right away at the start. Which is mildly unfortunate. So please do an attack. I don't actually care which attack you throw out there. Just please throw out an attack so I can counter you somewhat. Okay, I definitely deal a lot more damage when I'm in a grounded state. Yeah, the shadows, the art style in this game is very unique with the, like, pencil shaded looking ground and shadow textures, which is, it's fairly consistent with doing that style as well. Okay, that's going to spin all the way around, and then I can actually get 3 more hits off on the boss. Okay, which way is it spinning? Because, yeah, the boss is a little bit... Yeah, the boss is a little bit tricky. Oh, shoot. Right, it's going to do 1, 2... Is it going to fire off a 3rd round? It's going to fire off a 3rd round. Then it's going to spin. And spin. Okay, apparently it does pick a slightly different pattern there. I did not do a very good job with the phase transition that time. Yeah, I definitely did not do a very clean phase transition there. I took a lot of damage from the boss. Okay, you're gonna spin this way. Okay, there we go. That boss was really tricky. Yeah, because anything shiny is reflecting like aluminum. It really is. That boss was surprisingly difficult. I can't go left, so I think I have to go right. I am worried about the fact that I'm at 0 health. And I can't use the knocker basin because I disabled that for the boss fight. The knocker basin is one of the very few ways I have... Yeah, the knocker basin is one of the very few ways I have... There was an ability to hover. I'm trying to remember what the button for that was. Because I unequipped my ability to heal at those basins for the boss fight because it gives me a lot of energy slots. Yeah, Lurkin's just fine. Because it gives me a lot of energy slots when I disable my ability to heal at the heal points. So that means... I do think it saves that I've beaten the boss fight. At the very least. Which does make me a little bit less worried about running out of health. But I suspect we're about to test that theory. I suspect we're about to test that theory. We did just lose a lot of knocker droplets. Because I can unequip... Yeah, I can unequip a bunch of my abilities to put something more useful in. Because, yeah, protective coat repair at knockered basins being free is quite helpful. I do like having my health bar visible for the most part. That does come in helpful. I'm going to put the portable crystallizer on. Because, yeah, unlike a lot of other Metroidvanias and Souls-likes, this game, when I run... If I basically die and run out of health, I don't drop a, like, shade or cocoon or... Like, I don't drop my money on the ground. It's just gone. Or at least one of the 3 types of upgrade currency I have is just completely gone for good if I somehow manage to run out of health. Which, this game does also make it very easy to run out of health with how much damage everything actually deals. Yeah, I mean, I suppose it's not permanently lost because I get... I've noticed that I get at least some very small amount of upgrades out of having lost it. Which is, I suppose, helpful in a way, because it all goes to... I can't remember if it calls it the pool or the pond, but you'll notice that when I die, it'll say, like, X knock droplets lost to the pool, which is a giant pool of them in an earlier area. That the game, I mean, having about 1,000 go into there. Yeah, having about 1,000 knocker droplets go into the pool unlocked the ability for me to see the map anywhere. So it's not completely useless, but it's also, I can't use it for collecting money. I have no idea what these things are. Okay, those are vanishing platforms. That is, I think, good to know. Also, there are flying enemies that are going to deal a lot of damage to me there. And yeah, if I accidentally jump into this red grass stuff around, because you can see the... Okay, maybe you can't see it. There's 3 types of currency in the game. Old cores, which are just a, like, rare pile of money. Or like a rare item that I need for upgrades. And then the 2 types of knocker droplets that appear to be interchangeable, but the top one that you can maybe see a little bit is lost on death. The bottom one is not. Okay, also the music in this game really is interesting. There was a knocker pool not that far back, or knocker basin not that far back. I think. And I kind of want to make sure I'm at full health after fighting those enemies, because I'm not... Oh, the Knocker Basin's up there. I can't get back up there. I'm going to say, I kind of want to try to be at as full of health, because I don't know when we're going to get another heal point or another... one of the root nodes where we respawn. Because that is the other way we can heal, is by going to one of our respawn points, which functions exactly like a respawn point does. If I get caught in the wind, I get just picked up and carried no matter where I want to go, unless I can hairpin out the other side. Because I can hairpin like that. Okay, that is... It's honestly... I'm not entirely sure how to get up there. Well, another thing I've noticed about this game is it has a lot of just mini platforming challenges hidden all over the world. Okay, so that is what happens if I go in, if I hit the red grass. If I hit the red grass, I kind of take a bunch of damage. I need to somehow have an energy. All your hair ties just disappear. That is deeply unfortunate. I need to somehow have enough energy to hairpin off there. Okay. That worked. Yeah, the double damage in MIO. That would be terrifying because we also don't have much health. And there is no, like, obvious way I'm aware of. Yeah, there's no obvious way that I'm aware of to heal outside of finding one of those Nakra pools. Okay, I need to take out... I want to take out the flying enemy because they are kind of a little bit terrifying. Okay, is there anything I can grapple off? There's nothing in grapple range on that side. That is in grapple range on this side. And then that is in grapple range over here. And then that is me running out of health, or me not having enough energy. You can see my little energy bar along the bottom. If that energy bar runs out... Yeah, if that energy bar runs out, Okay, apparently we're going up. Yeah, if my energy bar runs out in any of the, like, dozen different ways it can, I can't grapple hook and I can't glide anymore. Which are kind of two of my very important abilities. This is an ability upgrade. Letter from Tomo, a thoughtfully woven text file. You found your hair ties, but you can't take them out of the man. That is probably an improvement. It might be too late already. Samsk, my friend. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I think the decay is accelerating. The younger units seem to be far more susceptible to it than the older ones. Most, if not all of them, are already degraded. Maybe it's just that their thought protocols are more vulnerable, but it's concerning all the same. Yeah, that thing at the bottom is an energy bar. At this rate, we might face a shortage sooner or later, meaning that there will be less and less of us to take care of the vessel. You know, now that I think of it, it's been a while since I last saw a fresh unit from the vaults. A few decades, at least. What is happening down there exactly? It's time I go take a look. Tomo. Yeah, that's my energy meter, which is used by both my grapple and my glide abilities. And if it runs out, I can't do either of them. This is where we first met, Tomo and I. I was fresh from the vaults back then. Every other unit was afraid of me. Not them. I did not read all that text. sometimes I wonder if that was just an act. It would explain why they didn't stick around. I can glide a little bit. It's not so much of a fly because I can't go up. And if I try to go horizontally, I lose a little bit of vertical height, but less than if I'm just falling. The air we breathe. Ooh, that is wall grab. Of course, wall grab also uses energy. Yeah, of course, wall grab uses energy as well. The red stuff is gonna not be my friend, I don't think. Where does it want me to go? Oh, can I climb along ceilings? I can climb along ceilings. Oh, that's cool. I never wonder where it came from. Though that is using up my energy. You can probably see. Okay, that's not quite the wall climb or wall jump ability I thought I was gonna get. But honestly, I think that might be better than the wall climb ability I thought I was gonna get. Yes, it's some Prince of Persia stuff. This is also how the game teaches me the movement mechanics, is these little 2D mini platforming challenges. I never thanked her for it, which is honestly a really cool way of actually teaching you like a couple of ways of the mechanics working. And then it spits you back out into the real, quote unquote, real world to figure out how it interacts with the actual environment. Because it's not entirely obvious. Yeah, the 2D thing might be something. It kind of does remind me of like several other games. The one I keep thinking of, and it might be a very weird game for me to be thinking of, is N++. is a very similar, like, it makes me feel, kind of has the same vibes. That makes any sense at all. Also, that was not a coherent sentence on my part. Okay, we got some more crystallized knocker. I don't have a ton of old cores. There is also angry grass down below me. If I just hang in place. Okay, if I hang in place, it does also use my energy up. That is good to know. I probably should have let myself actually restore all my energy before I climbed up here. Because I do want the knocker droplets from the junk piles as much as possible. Yeah, that's actually a pretty useful ability. I can kind of see why Atmos was as difficult of a boss as they were, given they were functionally hiding that. Traveler's Log, the World of Voices. As far as I can tell, we're on some sort of spaceship. Heed the word of the voices, but do not seek their contact, for an impure touch will anger them, and they will trap your soul in their white shell. And so far as I can tell, oh, this lets me, not a ton, but this does appear to let me go against the wind finally. Which is so useful. And being able to counter the wind is, I think, the best part about getting that upgrade. Ooh, mechanical remains salvage extractable. That should give me an old core, I think. Yeah, old core. The old core are one of the 3 upgrade materials. Mio's back. It is indeed back. Also, welcome to stream, Super Mario. I still have no idea what's going on in Mio like 90% of the time, but honestly, I think I can live with that. Given that this game does seem to be very exploration focused, I have no idea where I'm going right now. Oh, there's a breakable something in the ceiling up there. There's something breakable in the ceiling up there that I want to... I did need to go the way I went. Did I? I have no idea. Yeah, I think last time YouTube had decided that I'm a robot and wasn't actually showing the stream to anybody, because it does like to do that. I want to... Okay, I think I need to actually go up further. Because I think I went down without opening up the shortcut. Yeah, more people getting to see this game is also quite nice, because this game really is... This game really is something rather unique. And like I said, I do quite appreciate it. Okay, no, I don't actually see the other side. Yeah, I mean, I play games for fun, not solely because they're popular also. Yeah, YouTube spends about half the time thinking I'm a robot and not even not even doing anything with my stream. So unless you like go to my channel page and click on it, I think that's or like you see happen to see one of my notifications. That's like the only time you'll see it. That is a very long tube going down. Wow. Okay. Oh, we're back near the start. Yeah, this game really does. This game really is something super unique from what I've seen so far. Even if though it's definitely not a game that everybody's going to appreciate. I have no idea what to do with that sort of ability yet. But I think I can climb back out of here to the left now, up above Atmos's room. Possibly. Yeah, this game really does deserve more attention than it gets, I think. Can I get up there somehow? I cannot get up there somehow. Okay, okay, maybe I am still somewhat lost. But yeah, very, very... This game has a very good art style and is, so far, has been very fun to play. Okay, where does the game want me to actually go? Is it like try to draw me more to the right side? It is trying to draw me more to the right side. Okay, that makes sense, I think. I just pushed a button. I am not sure what that did. I'm not sure what push. Oh, that button turns the fan on. Okay, that explains how to get up. I don't think getting concussions is good for our head. Did anything notable happen that stood out to me? Not. Everything seems to be very heavily based off of like parts of the body, and we appear to be on some sort of spaceship. It's talking about some sort of... Okay, apparently I just found a secret. I am not sure how I never found that before. I'm gonna go check that out after I heal. I mean, I do think it dealt some damage. That also gives me map update. I definitely missed an item somewhere. I want to put the marker, but I definitely missed an item somewhere around there-ish. I see that path forward. I see that path forward. I think I can actually go up this room now. But I want to check the secret out first. Yeah. Robots could get concussions. That could be something that happens. Because this is a new pathway. Is this one of the mini paths of pain? This doesn't... Okay, this doesn't appear to be one of them. Yeah, this game does... maybe it is. Though it's not that difficult looking right now. Oh, did this pathway just open up from us climbing up? I think that might be what happened there. is that now we can climb up somewhere at least. Or I suppose go down somewhere? There's not a lot of lights in this area. This area's a little bit... That looks like a boss chamber. There's somebody over here. Oh, we're outside of the glass thing. Even when the heart dies and we're all disconnected, the vessel will continue to drift through space. So there's a non-zero chance that someone will find us in the future. That's why I'm backing up all my memories. That way, they'll know what happened to us and what our mission was. Maybe they'll even reactivate us and help us reach the promised land. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out... Like, I know our general long-term goal seems to be to collect pearls from somewhere. I'm guessing this is a boss chamber. Oh, we're fighting the door. The poltergeists. Okay, good to know. That is... I honestly can't say I was expecting that. Yeah, I was not expecting the door to come off the wall. Yeah, I can't say I was expecting the door to come off the wall there. Okay, what are those? Oh, it spawns like... It spawns things. Okay, I am rather low on health there. That's a lot of knocker droplets I just lost. I also want to see what's up this way. Because this pathway is also now actually accessible, I think. Okay, this looks like a mini path of pain. If I've ever seen one. Maybe not that bad of one. But this definitely looks like a platforming challenge. And this game loves its platforming challenges. That's for sure. Yeah, this game definitely loves the platforming challenges. Oh, there's something up here. Where are we? We'll never reach the promised land now. As long as we stay together, it doesn't matter to me. That's kind of sweet of them. I don't know if I can get up there. I don't know if I can get up that spot yet. And then I suspect I can't make it to the left either. Oh, I have the ability to go up walls. I can probably make it through at least somewhere else. Because there's a couple of items off to the side. Okay, I feel like I should be able to make it up into that wind. And pick up... I mean, 80 crystallized knocker's not terrible. 80 crystallized knocker's not terrible, though I am probably not making it back out of here the other direction. Because there were a couple of items off to the right side that I couldn't get. Yeah, there were two items over here that I couldn't get because they were, like, up high on the wall. Because something I really want is to get another coding component for the one extra health slot. That would be extraordinarily nice to get. It would be extraordinarily nice to get one extra health slot. Though, I'm not sure which of these items it likely is. That one I don't think I can get to yet. But the other one that's kind of more down and around. So that one is definitely still inaccessible, but I think this one might be the one that was accessible now. Because I suspect that every single piece of health I can pick up is going to be with the lack of healing, a extremely large upgrade that will presumably save me quite a lot of quite a lot of struggling. Also, apparently this room goes to the right more. Oh right, this area has like the chameleons? Is that what they are? I guess they're kind of chameleon-like. These things are kind of like chameleons. Though they're also kind of not. I do need to remember how to get to the place I'm trying to, or get places. Actually, what is this the fastest way? Because I'm kind of dropping down and around. Has she mentioned the ship deteriorating to you? I've seen some mentions of it, but I don't think from she. I think they've been just like in a traveler's log or something showing that things are kind of starting to fall apart a little bit. Is kind of the vibes I'm getting. I do still want as many Nakra droplets as I can get. Yeah, I do want as many Nakra droplets as I can get still. I think there is a working crystallizer right here. Yeah, it's Act 3, but in MIO. Yeah, I think things are slightly falling apart. Just a little bit. I'm trying to get the I'm trying to get to the item I marked on the map over here because I think it might actually be accessible now. Because I'm kind of using the like sparkly symbol for the items that I've seen, but either couldn't or didn't pick up at a given point in time. Yeah, there was an item somewhere up here, if memory serves. Oh, hi there. Gotta love the chameleon. Yeah, crystallize my droplets as much as I can, because okay, I can just get this item now. Please be a coding component. That is not a coding component. Large increase to energy recovered when attacking an enemy. Unfortunately, that is not a coding component, but that is at least an item I can now mark off on the map as having picked up. Because yeah, the Nakra droplets are very useful from what I can tell, because it gets really... So some of these items are really expensive. I know there's an item somewhere that's 10,000 Nakra droplets, which is so far beyond anything I can pay for right now that it's not even funny. Because yeah, that is a exceptionally large amount. That'll put me at about a quarter of the way there. Can I go elsewhere? I think I might be able to climb up from like redacted on the right. Because actually I'm going to mark that there's a boss here. Yeah, happy to see MIO isn't available on Nintendo. I think they ported it to a bunch of consoles before they went out of business. Because that is a rather unfortunate thing that happened to the developer, is they aren't exactly in business anymore. Their studio kind of got shut down at one point, or kind of got shut down. Actually, I think it was fairly recently, wasn't it? It was like only a week or two ago, I think. Which is a little bit sad, because this game really is very well put together. This game is very well put together, and can actually see how much care they've put into it. The blood rejected you as I feared. That is the same text I've gotten the last, like, 10 times. Yeah, that's the same text I've gotten the last, like, 10 times, which is moderately unfortunate. See, I'm not entirely sure where the next place to go actually is. Because I now have the ability to climb up walls, which opens up new pathways. Guys, it's Grandmother Silk. Totally. Maybe not. Though they do have... Also, this type of creature is somewhat problematic. that creature does a pretty good chunk of damage to me because it moves a lot faster than I'm expecting. Okay, this is not where I want to go. I noticed that there's a couple of spots I might be able to climb up over here to the right. And something I've noticed about the game is that it kind of keeps sending me back and forth across the map, more so than only ever sending me one direction at a time. I can climb up the elevator shaft a little bit, but definitely not far enough up to get anything, so far as I can tell. Yeah, we can go down into Redacted, though, because there was a pathway up to the right down here as well, which I think helps. I think we might be able to get up there, up here, potentially. That's at least... That is a theory I have. I don't know if it's a well-founded theory or not. Also, I'm just now realizing that... Oh, that lets me climb on the background walls also. Oh, that's actually really helpful. Yeah, that's actually a lot more helpful than I thought it was. Oh, that is really nice. That lets me sneak up and around that corner. So we can definitely get new places now. Okay, I don't know what those creatures are, though. Or what they're up to. This is definitely a pathway that I haven't been through yet, though. Please have a... Okay, I can set my respawn point here, but there's not... I can't fast travel from it because it doesn't have... Yeah, it doesn't have an overseer yet. That implies I'm going to find it somewhere in this area. Because all the overseers I found have been tucked into some corner in the area where we pick up their... or where we find their spawn point. I'm just going to keep going as far to the right as I can. Apparently that's as far to the right as I can make it. Because I think, make it up here. I think I can make it up there. Though, I need to make it far enough over that I can hit the energy restore. Ooh, object. Candle. I still don't know what those are actually going to get me, but we've picked up a number of candles at this point. Yeah, we've picked up a number of candles at this point, which does, I suspect, come in helpful. Okay, there's not really anything going to the right, it looks like, on the map, at least, other than that room with the item in it. I do see what looks like a pathway leading down. Okay, apparently this is the pathway leading down. This game is very, very confusing at times for me. Okay, we have found platforming challenge. We have found platforming challenge now. Not anything terrible, though. Yeah, that's the little platform challenge, not terrible. Okay, that jumping into that does deal damage. And I can't grab onto it. Good to know. That means I have to go along the ceiling, I suspect. Yeah, I suspect I have to go along the ceiling and then, like, drop through there. At least there's not a bunch of moving parts in this area. I definitely can't make it up that. I think I can possibly loop around here. Okay, that works. That is a large door. Yeah, that is a big door. I need to make sure I have my hairpin charged. How far up can I make it? Oh, there is an item up here that I can pick up. Torn roots. I think this is the overseer that we for the spawn point, or the spawn point we have set right now. So that gives me fast travel out of this area. Unless that overseer just flew somewhere completely random, which is also not something I would put past the game. To have the overseers just fly to who knows where. Thank you, Hairpin, for actually letting me get up in the air, though I am concerningly low on health. Yeah, I am concerningly low on health for this area having not ended yet. Yeah, for this area having not ended yet. Also, this door being locked from the other side is also a little bit terrifying. I can't help but feel like there's a shortcut somewhere that I missed. Potentially up there? Yeah, potentially, like, if I go to the other side of this tunnel, I can open a shortcut. Kind of, okay, maybe I think I might be able to open a shortcut by sneaking up the wall there. Confirmed, this is the overseer that we care about. Yeah, this game has a lot of just... These little mini platforming challenges are surprisingly tricky. Yeah, some of these little mini platform challenges are surprisingly tricky and difficult to actually make it all the way through. I need to bounce off that one. I need to make it over here. And then I need to climb over that way. Then it was, I needed to jump. I need to go over, under. And I needed to go up and over. Okay, there we go. Okay, that's actually not too terrible to get through now that I've learned how to traverse that room. That definitely took me more attempts the first time. Okay, I can't help but feel like I do have, or I should be able to sneak around that corner somehow without getting caught. Okay, apparently I got stuck on some bit of level geometry there. That looks like it leads... That really does look like it leads somewhere to me. I'm not... I can't tell where it leads is the problem. But, okay, maybe not. I'm kind of like looking at where I can move, and it doesn't seem like I can actually sneak up that. Sneak up that gap, at least. Okay, take out two of the flying enemies. There we go. We're at least back over here with a little bit extra health. I say they then jump immediately into lasers. Okay, that's... The platforming challenges in this game are getting very interesting. What is this? It's a window. I do wonder what's going on in this redacted area, but it seems like they're creating something down here. Okay, that looks like I can't really go to the right. Yeah, it looks like I can't really go to the right, which is unfortunate. I'm guessing there's going to be a laser or something on the top that requires me to go on the bottom side of these platforms. This one's going to be on the bottom side also. I need to be actually under the platform if I want to make it around. We're a little bit low on health again. Oh, that's another shortcut. Okay, we opened the doors. I have no idea if this is the area we're supposed to be in right now, or if I'm somewhere weird. Because that does not look traversable right there. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say that is probably not traversable further, but we did open the shortcut back around. Which means I can probably get there without having lost health. Which is nice, I think. Yeah, I think I can get back there with full health, because this first room is not actually terrible. Yeah, this first room is actually pretty straightforward. Now that I've figured out the answer to the question of where does it want me to go. Though we do have the two flying enemies in this room, but I really think I can probably ignore them for the moment. Okay, that looks a little bit tricky, though. Yeah, that going up here looks a little bit on the tricky. Yeah, this looks like this section looks trickier. Because I think I can kind of sneak around, because if I hit an enemy, my energy does get restored. Yeah, hitting one of these enemies does restore my... I keep hitting the wrong button for... Yeah, I keep hitting the wrong button for attack. I keep hitting glide instead of attack, and that is not helping me. How's this game? I have on my wish list. I have been really enjoying it so far. It is a little bit on the difficult side. It's a little bit on the game's a little bit on the difficult side from what I've seen, but it is a lot of fun. Like I have legitimately been having a fun time playing the game. And the art style is also very, very well put together. I kind of want to see what I need to do on these platforms before I try to sneak through there. Looks like I need to be on the right side, top side, left side. I think that's the correct way to solve this puzzle. Oh, do I need to go down and around on the bottom? Playing 9 Souls right now is hard. Oh yeah, not 9 Souls is. 9 Souls can get pretty brutal at times. Okay, I know, I see what I need to do there now. Yeah, one of the challenges in this game in MIO is that you don't really have the ability to regenerate health that you've lost very, very easily, at least. Which does make it quite a bit more challenging. Yeah, it is quite a bit more challenging just because you can't easily regenerate your health after you lose it. Yeah, Nine Souls is hard, but not unfair. That's kind of how I describe this game also, it is a difficult game. Yes, it is a difficult game, but it doesn't actively feel like it's being unfair to me. It just feels like it's checking that I've actually learned the mechanics, which does work well when you have learned the mechanics. Because I can pull off... Yeah, Nine Souls really does require you to learn a lot about, like, the patterns and whatnot as well. This is true. I want to be at full energy before I sneak over here. And then I want to sneak onto the right side of this platform and then hang out on the top, I'm suspecting. There was a orb there that I can use to restore some energy. Okay, there we go. Yeah, this game is a very interesting mix of, like, twisty puzzles. Access reserved to Dr. Holland's assistant. Okay, apparently I can't go through that door. I'm trying to make sure I'm not missing a shortcut before I trigger what looks slightly like a boss fight. Yeah. Nine Souls is tricky. Split process. Increase the number of modifier slots, but energy recharges more slowly. That might actually be worth the 15 energy slots. Oh yeah, Nine Souls has some tricky boss fights to learn. This is very true. Current assistant Peepo, last check-in 32 years ago. I'm going to hit yes to these and hope I don't regret that later. Following term length for the position, life. I mean, given the last just vanished, it's probably fine. Because it does open quite a few doors to us around the map. I totally didn't just sign us up for a lifetime of I don't know what to I don't know who. Which is moderately concerning. That is a shortcut, though. Yeah, that does kind of a shortcut. Yeah, the true final boss of Nine Souls, I think, is very much like my go-to for what's the best final boss of a game that I think I've ever seen. Is, I think, legitimately the final boss of Nine Souls. By quite a healthy margin at that. Okay, I appear to not actually be able to go to the left at all, which is mildly unfortunate. I do want my... Yeah, it appears that... Okay, it appears I cannot actually go to the left. And I think that the entire purpose of coming down here was to sign up to be Dr. Hollins? I'm not sure how to say his name's research assistant there. But yeah. We have made it through doors. That is progress, I think. I don't remember where all the doors that were locked... Yeah, I don't remember where all the doors that were locked behind us not being the research assistant are located. But I do remember there was one located... I want to say it was here? Yeah, I want to say it was over here to the left. I think. I could be misremembering and going slightly crazy. That is also entirely a possibility. Yeah, that is entirely a possibility. But yeah, at some point I do want to replay... back on the Nine Souls. At some point I do want to replay Nine Souls, because it really is just a fun game. And had a good mixture of challenge and exploration going on, which I greatly appreciated. Okay, restore my health. I still very much want one more coding fragment, but I still have yet to find one more coding fragment, which is deeply unfortunate. Yeah, I beat Nine Souls on stream like a year-ish ago, and but I do want to replay it at some point. Pearl record, premature conclusion. Consigned words of Pearl recorded through the network. That is not a healing item. There's a shuttle over here apparently, though. That's interesting. I keep hitting the wrong button for the menu. Premature conclusion. We can't land. The vessel can't land. She can't take it. Redundant systems would all die in favor of the library, including us Pearls and most of the machines. Yet the travelers won't listen to my warnings. They would sacrifice all units in order to finally reach their promised land. Was it something they expected from the beginning? Were they always going to leave us behind while they get to have a new home? A future? Why do the machines always have to be the expendable ones? I can accept my own demise. I was ready for it all these years ago, and I was denied it once already. But the death of the machines that carried the vessel so far, the death of she, ever patient, ever caring towards even the smallest of systems, it feels so unjust. I cannot accept it. I can never accept it. I will protect them all. Yeah, you got the old man and his claw grabber thing, just got to the second stage. I can't remember the guy's name, but I know which boss you're talking about. Yeah, and I know which boss you're talking about. I also can't actually remember exactly what point in the game that boss is. We're descending a shuttle, and it's getting very dark, and I have a sneaking suspicion that the YouTube algorithm is making this almost completely unseeable at this point. This is... I suppose it's also almost completely unseeable on my end, so I suppose that's probably fair. How far down are we going? Yeah, we're like one little glowy thing, and we're going way far down. Okay, got brighter. Now where are we? I think I found a new area. I suspect. Okay, going to the right is dark again. These creatures aren't terribly strong. Vaults. Not welcome. Reach the vaults. He's the third, not two. But you've been exploring every nook and cranny you can find along the way. That's an entirely fair approach. A lot of... Nine Souls, like a lot of Metroidvanias, MIO's the same way, Silk Song's the same way, the Ender games are the same way, Hollow Knight's the same way. They're all the same way. Are quite good. Okay, apparently I can't get back up. Because Dr. Holland has locked us down here. That's a tiny bit rude. Yeah, that is a little bit rude of them. Okay, up attack actually deals damage. Down attack does not deal damage. I learned that during the Atlas boss fight. Unrelated, but why does it feel like the gaming industry is just constantly shooting themselves in the foot over and over again lately? Because they are. And I still think that the funniest one, or the funniest bit of what the heck is the gaming industry doing today is they made an argument in front of, I think it was the European Parliament? Yeah, they made an argument in front of, I think it was the European Parliament, that all Minecraft servers are illegal piracy. That was something that they explicitly said and clarified that was what they actually meant. In front of the European Parliament. Or I think it was the European Parliament. Which is an interesting take. They also claim that Steam is a platform that encourages piracy, despite Steam as a platform being the probably single best solution to piracy that we've probably ever seen. Yeah, you have to own the game, but they argued that outside of like the 6 official Bedrock servers that Microsoft runs, every Minecraft server that's not one of those is illegal piracy. Okay, we're stuck in the vaults now for who knows how long. And they made this argument in front of, like, actually made this argument in front of, I think it was it was either the European Parliament or like a European Commission. Oh, I know they made this argument because they are trying to use that as part of their reasoning for not letting European Parliament pass a law that they can't shut down games people purchase for without making them playable elsewhere. Because it's part of that whole Stop Killing Games movement that's made headlines, at least somewhat. And that was part of their argument for, here's why this is not an acceptable thing, because all these servers are illegal piracy, so we shouldn't be supporting it. Was basically their argument. I don't know whether or not they're going to get away with it. I highly suspect not. But the fact that they made that claim... Yeah, owning the game. I am a strong believer of the opinion that if you've bought it, you own it. And I'm not a fan of the, oh wait, you actually just licensed a copy of the game temporarily that we can give you access to when we want. Yeah, don't even get started on Sony. I got rid of my PlayStation. Also, we just got 1 extra health. That is very nice. Yeah, I don't know, because, like, I could understand them saying that, like, the cracked servers that you don't need to own the account are illegal piracy, but they clarify that does also include, their statement does also include servers for people who own the game. Which, yes, that includes, like, the largest Minecraft servers in the world. Yeah, one of their other arguments against Stop Killing Games, and it's probably pretty obvious that I am not a fan of their movement. This is like the 3rd one of these walls we've seen. It's interesting. And one of their other arguments is that they're not actually selling you the game. You're just paying them money, and in exchange, they might give you access to the game. That was also a legitimate thing they attempted to argue. Which is also rather ridiculous. Is that you never actually bought the game. You just paid the money, and in exchange they are happening to temporarily give you access to the game you paid for. Or to a game. Which is... Gabe Newell's quote is going to last forever. That piracy is not a money issue. It's a service issue. He's really made a lot of the AAA part of the gaming industry really mad with how well Steam does for itself. Hey, I trust that Valve is going to have Steam be around for the next eternity, realistically speaking. It's not something I'm worried about just vanishing, but yeah. It is that their argument that they really want stop killing games to not be a thing. And they're willing to make some pretty ridiculous arguments to try to pull that off from what I've seen. Which is, I don't know. My thoughts on the matter are that I bought the game. It's my game. I'm noticing that I'm seeing a lot of the, like, robots on the back shelf there, but I'm not sure. Because I can't get through this door. I can't get through the door up above, either. Suppose I can go through the pipe. Okay, there is a blocked door to the right. Yeah, I can go through the pipe to get back out of this area, at least. Yeah. Sony's making a decision to not buy a PlayStation 6 incredibly easy. Oh, yeah. Okay, the robot is saying help. I'm not sure how to help them. I'm not trying to help them because I'm stuck in a pipe. Which is... Oh, this is a different one than the one I went through before, I think. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, the goop's down here also. Yeah, I had a PlayStation 5, 4, and 5. I don't have either of them anymore. Because Sony also did that ridiculous thing where they're... Okay, it's not entirely ridiculous. I at least very vaguely understand where they're coming from. That's a lot of doorways. But they basically did that whole, oh, if you don't connect to the internet every 30 days, we're just locking everything on your PS5 or on your PlayStation, which is not something I'm particularly a fan of. I kind of understand why you're doing it, but also you're not licensing. But also, it's because they're claiming you're licensing the game, which if you actually were like paying a subscription, like a monthly subscription, sure. But you're not. You've bought the game at that point. It's your game. They shouldn't have license checks. That you still have your game licensed on a device that they've already authenticated that is your device and that it's you who downloaded. That is some spinny saw blades of looks like Doom. Lab, no trespassing. Where are we now? Also, appears to be a giant claw hand.
In the vessel.
A rat in the vessel. There is always one. The rat is not one of mine. I thinks it disrupts. I think we just found story.
It spreads chaos.
I bring order, it spreads chaos. What is this? Where are we? I think this is one of the pearls. Such a tiny nuisance. I know all your secrets, rat. Your so-called purpose. I don't know what our purpose is. Unneeded, unwanted, efforts wasted. Go back to your pod. Cease your rampage. I protect the vessel. I know it has voice acting, but it also gets really, really quiet on stream. Because the stream audio gets really quiet at times. Are they locking us out? They're locking us out. Though I suppose it also has the text at the bottom of the screen as subtitles. Yeah, I know that the stream gets really quiet at times. Or the game audio from the stream. What if I want to come back? What if I want to disrupt and cause problems? Yeah, because I want to disrupt and cause problems. Okay, I think I can actually get up there without having to ride the elevator. Because I think I can climb up. Yeah. This is also after Sony announced that. Oh yeah, people who bought these TV shows and stuff. Yeah, we're just removing them from your library and not giving you a refund of any sort. which is also not great. Because so Sony's lost the plot a little bit. I still don't know where we are. But I suspect we finally stumbled into, like, actual progression of some variety. I'm gonna call the elevator up to this floor. Even though I just put all the effort into getting to this floor without calling the elevator. Because it is a higher platform. I don't think there's anything up the elevator shaft, though. But yeah, Sony is making some interesting decisions. Nintendo also makes some interesting decisions. They've gotten slapped on the wrist quite a few times already for basically just going, hey, we don't like what you're doing with your Switch that you paid for, like the physical hardware, we're just gonna delete it. We're just gonna, like, brick your Switch remotely after you paid for it on, like, the physical hardware level, which is also not something I'm particularly a fan of them doing either. Where are we? Okay, we are definitely in a giant spaceship. I can actually see outside the spaceship from down here. That is very interesting. Okay, we have a Torn Overseer for the Vault's shuttle, but the routes are too far away. That is, I think, the first time I've ever seen that as a message. I'm gonna put an alert symbol there for Overseers. That's fascinating. This door is locked from the other side. I'm suspecting I can't actually climb back out of here. Yeah, where are we? I legitimately have no idea what area we've stumbled into here. But it's more than a little bit creepy and way out of the way. It's like way far down there. Okay, we're back into Redacted though. But I think we're in a different part of... Yeah, I think we're in a different part of Redacted. Actually, are we? Oh yeah, because we came down over here. But we came up over on this side? Letter from Tomo. Farewell. Thoughtfully woven text file addressed to one unit in particular. I'm still trying to piece together the lore. My dear Samsk, how are you? I hope this letter finds you well, considering the current state of the vessel. It saddens me to see how rapidly she has declined after the travelers departed. I've seen so many units go haywire since that fateful day. It breaks my core a little more each time I meet one of them in the corridors. Without mind or purpose. So hostile. I still have some difficulty wrapping my mind around this. The decay of their behavior. Is their consciousness completely gone? Or is it possible to restore it somehow? What is even causing all of this? I had hoped we could find these answers together, but I can't afford to wait for you. This place won't be safe much longer. I'm going to learn more about our inner workings, how we operate, and why. It's a shame I can't ask the travelers who made us directly for those answers, but maybe I can recover some clues from their vestiges too. I hope to bring you good news when we meet again. I did not mean to exit the letter that quickly. I hope to bring you good news when we meet again. Maybe even a cure. Who knows? Tomo. I know that our upgrade robot friend is trying to find Tomo and just has not been terribly successful at doing so. Where does this elevator go to? We really are just finding, like, everything. Okay. Workshop. Apartments, the spine. Oh, are we below an elevator that we've... I think we're below an elevator that we've already seen. Okay, we were way below that elevator. Though Mel left the workshop? What happened here? I'm sorry, what happened here? So something has happened. You're the one who helped me before. You're also Mel's customer, right? Thank the heart you're here. She's gone. Vanished. They came from the vault in a swarm. They invaded the workshop and they took Mel away. There was nothing we could do against them. We scraplings, we're no fighters. But you, customer, you're different. You can help her, yes? I know she yells a lot and works us scraplings to the gears, but we love her. She makes us feel safe. We want her back. When you're ready to help, meet me in the vaults and I'll find a way to let you in. Maybe I don't know how to fight, but I have other talents. Because yes, something has happened here. Which does not appear to be, particularly great. I'm sorry, Mio. I couldn't stop the hand from breaking in. I don't know why she took Mel. Perhaps she wants to spite you. Perhaps she just wants her toy back. It's difficult to tell with her. This hand has always had her own motives, even before her embedding. Confrontation might be the only way to convince her that you are worth listening to. I hope Mel is alright. I like her. Please bring her back. Because I'm very glad we bought the coding components we could previously. What happened to Mel really made me ponder. Life is short, and I want to see the world with my own sensors. I'll head in this direction and walk till the edge of the world. How long do you think it'll take? Approximately 5 minutes? Presumably approximately 5 minutes. There's a lot of stuff down there. Because the vaults were... I think the vaults were on the right side. Try using the spider tentacles across the floor when she grabs you. I can definitely try that. Oh yeah, that makes us go like really fast. It's kind of interesting. Can I get to this librarian? Are the pearls fighting among themselves now? It reminds me of something. Something important. But what I came here to ask the spine. Everything is blurry. It was... oh, so long ago. I don't remember. I don't want to. I don't know what to believe anymore. I'm guessing what's happening here is there's probably just a weird interaction between the two different tendril abilities. Yeah, I'm guessing there's a weird interaction between the two different, like, movement abilities where, like, I'm guessing that she's tendrils override your normal movement, but then the tendrils, like, try to restore it, but, like, some value isn't reset entirely correctly. That is my suspicion, at least. I wonder if I can climb up to the gateway or to the pathway here. Yeah, I kind of wonder. I can't fast travel all the way there, but I feel like there's probably more in the city that we haven't gotten yet. I'm going to go be slightly distracted from saving Mel to go check if I can do something over there or not. Because we can't... Yeah, we're missing all the overseers down below. I wonder if I can get to this pearl also, though. Hey, Alexander, welcome to the stream. Yeah, I wonder if I can get to this pearl now also, because I have a way to move in the wind now. Yeah, I have a way to move in the wind now, which I didn't have last time I came to this area. Well, glad to have you regardless. Yeah, I also keep seeing all these beyond repairs, and I can't help but wonder if we're going to be able to repair them at some point, or if that's just wishful thinking on my part. Okay, there's definitely things over there. I'm going to go over the building just so I can poke a couple of these enemies. We haven't gotten any damage upgrades yet either, is one of the things I'm finding a little bit interesting. Is just the lack of... We're getting movement upgrades, we're getting more health, but we're not getting any obvious damage upgrades or similar. Which I can't help but find is at least a little bit on the fascinating side. Can I get far enough up to climb into this window? I can. That's a new item. What's this? It's a candle. We found a couple of the candles. I know where I can turn that item in. I'm just not sure what I get if I find all of them. This game really is just like absolutely gorgeous looking. It is one of the prettier games I think I've played in recent memory. It's also it has the difficulty level that I like, which is greatly appreciated. Okay, I will crystallize my knocker while I'm here, though. Okay, it's like all very hand-drawn looking, and like even like the shadows and stuff are basically sketches more than anything. Which I find just... I just find that very cool. Because I'm guessing I might be able to make it up here. Okay, I cannot make it up here, but that's not because I can't climb the wall. It's because it's frozen from the other side. That's interesting. I wonder how I get there then. Yeah, I wonder how I get up there then, because I'd need to get through from the other side. I have the ability to resist the wind, but also... Okay, I have the ability to resist the wind. That actually... I'm surprised that worked. The Blood's Sanctum. Yeah, I'm honestly surprised that actually worked there. Turn back. Oop. There's voice acting for this part. I don't want to turn back, though. I don't know if they'll give me damage upgrades or not, but it is interesting. Yeah, we don't want you here. It makes it easier if they don't give you damage. They do at least give me the ability to get health upgrades.
Do not come any closer.
Okay, they really do not want me here. Yeah, we've gotten...
Look at us.
Okay, I don't think they're having a good time. But we can make it. We can make it here now, at least. Yeah, I haven't seen damage upgrades, or at least I haven't seen any permanent damage upgrades. We have a couple of ways to like slightly increase our damage as a temporary, like, equipable item. But that's about as far as I've seen. Which really is interesting. Granted, this game also breaks other common conventions of, like, Metroidvanias and Souls-likes. There is no even, like, limited healing option that I can just take anywhere. There's, like, very specific set points I can heal at. Kind of tucked around the map. I think this is the blood.
We remember kindness.
They don't look very... They don't look very
We
good.
remember the pulse of life coursing through our shell.
I'm trying to be quiet to see if maybe the audio's...
Still
The voice acting might pick it up.
don't deserve.
It's kind of like benches only. Though there's two types. There's the ones that are like respawn and fast travel points.
Punctuates the silence.
Yeah, there's the ones that are fast travel and respawn points, and then there's ones that
But
either cost 10 knocker droplets per health, or you get for free if you have an item that takes 10 ability modifier slots
do you
equipped.
us?
I think it's only low on the stream because the game audio's low on lowered on the stream a little bit for audio balancing levels. Because it does sound at a normal volume to me, but also it's running off my computer and not going through the entire audio processing chain. Something's happening. Why are we getting grabbed by the giant eyeball? Or I know they're called pearls. Yeah, I know they're called pearls, but... Yeah. Voice has been louder than the game this entire time. My voice is set to a louder volume than the game.
Forgiven.
I can turn the game's volume up. But also when I start talking, it also makes the game's volume quieter at that point as well. Leho the Blood. A voice that carries the weight of regret. I'm gonna climb on their head. I actually don't do anything up there. Because yeah, there is... MIO's not a very loud game to start with in the first place. So maybe when I'm doing MIO streams, I should turn the game volume up a bit more than I have been. It's not a very difficult setting for me to change. I just need to come over here, scroll down to here, click this button. I'm going to change it from like a -10 to like a -5 on the game volume. Because, like, when I start talking, it does make the game volume quieter. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. I do honestly kind of like the looks of more modifier slots, but energy returning more slowly, because that's not actively a problem. Because that gives me... Because that will let me equip another 20 cost. Yeah, make the cutscenes, but it makes you feel like the devs made a special game. The devs cared when they made this game, from what I can tell. Yeah, large increased energy recovered when attacking an enemy. I can't equip any of these. These cost 30, 40, 30s, 20s, 10s, and 5. They're arranged by how much energy they give you, or how much energy they cost. I'm honestly not sure how I didn't realize that before now. I am legitimately surprised I did not ever notice that. Honestly, I might just equip both of these for the extra knocker droplets. And then faster recovery after getting hit. Because I'm guessing that the... Oh yeah, that energy recharge is still perfectly acceptable. Yeah, I think that energy recharge is still perfectly acceptable. So, the blood is gone. I didn't anticipate such a tragic turn of event. I suppose I have no reason to remain here now. What a pity. I may have been able to lift his spirits. Only a bit. I will head back to the library then. But first, he deserves a moment of silence. The pearls, I think, are like some sort of like guardian of the ship, or like Possibly they're... Oh, that might be why they're named after parts of the body, is that they're functional parts of the ship. So, like, each of them has an actual use on the ship that's similar to what they're named after, perhaps? No, and I'm just saying random things that make absolutely no sense. There is an item in there. I want that item. I want that item. I have no real leads on how to get to said item. Yeah. You think your favorite cutscene is the one with the breath? That's the one that's kind of like destroyed up here, right? Or not really surviving up there. Yeah, I do have the item equipped that lets me heal in any Nokra Basin for free, because that has saved me so much money at this point. Yeah, being able to heal at the Nokra Basin has saved me so much money throughout the game that it's definitely worth the 10 modifier slots that I've basically permanently allocated to it. Yeah. The one never cared, locked behind the door. I think I saw that one already. Because the blood was the first of the blood was the first one I ever triggered, I'm pretty sure. So that would make sense. I definitely did not have enough energy to jump down there yet. Can I somehow, like, sneak out and up and around? I can. Okay, that gives me the old core, at least. There's so many just items tucked around this game in every single little spot I look seems to have more and more items. There's a doorway up there. I have no clue how to get up there. Granted, it's not like I have any clue how to get most places in this game. I kind of just wander. I've kind of just been playing the game of wander around till I find things. I can hit this button, though. The pie. Find all Mel's minions. That's not helpful when Mel's currently missing. Actually, they're not missing so much as stolen. Well, at least the fall didn't break my frame. Mel would kill me if I got so much as a scratch. It's not that it would be worse than being stuck up there. Now, if you'll excuse me. Because, yeah, Mel sells a bunch of upgrades normally. Not selling upgrades right now, though. Oh, can I hit the switch again to reactivate it? No. So I'm guessing there's not... Okay, yeah, there's just evil grass up there. I suppose that kind of makes sense. Can I climb up here? I can climb up here. City Hall Overseer missing. That's another little shortcut, at least. Can I climb up? I can. I'm not sure what's up here. And I'm not sure if this is going to be something that attacks me or not. That is always a concern I have, is that wherever I go is just going to be some random, fairly tricky boss fight. Because a lot of the bosses in this game are a little bit on the terrifying side. Alcestis beyond repair. Commemorative statue. Stolen heritage. They are all beyond repair. Elevator obstructed. Well, what's obstructing the elevator? I don't think I can actually climb up there. The game does not... there's actually just a broken glass. Okay, so there is something up here. I was not expecting that either. I think I'm gonna go up first, because these look like they're perfectly spaced. Yeah, perfectly spaced platforms for recharging my energy is suspicious. Okay. Not anything actually up there. I don't see anything along the right wall. I do have the pathway down. Can I loop around? I want to stay up as high as I can. Pearl record, our fault. Interesting. That's a new item. Everything, or our fault. Everything is our fault. Lura was under our care, and we failed her. Our fault. We couldn't protect the traveler's dream from the machines. Our fault. We are disconnected now, but it was too late already. They lost everything. Our fault. Soon the cold will be setting in. We can feel it building up behind our walls. There's nothing we can do to stop it. Our fault. They can't resist it. They won't resist it. Their despair is overwhelming. They don't have the will to live anymore, and it is our fault. That's mildly sad sounding. Actually, that's more than mildly sad sounding. Is there anything else up here? I'm suspecting probably not. I'm suspecting we're about to fall all the way down. Is there fall damage? I don't think there's fall damage from what I've seen. I did see something over there, though. Somewhere around there-ish is actually an item. But that is also a long ways down. That really is a long ways down from up top. There is the boss fight hidden in that step there as well. That we'll need to do at some point. I'm gonna update the map. Okay, there is definitely stuff up there that I have not seen yet. It almost looks like to me there's a pathway there that's potentially passable. Though also, it looks like there might be something there. I'm gonna travel to the other Overseer pathway over on this side. It almost looks like there's a little bit of a ledge in like the top right corner of the Overseers, or of the Pearl's room here. Which is interesting. Yeah, that is interesting. I don't know if I can get up there, though. It's a very, very long ways up. Oh, maybe I can climb up from this side? Maybe? We're on the roof. I don't think this is the way we needed to go. But I do see an item in a room. Because I do see this room, I do see an item in there. I rather want whatever that item is. Can I climb up this side? Actually, this might let me up. That is a very long platform, though. So maybe not from this side. Or at least not from this area. Because I don't... Okay, oh. I had missed this completely my first time coming through here. There's an entire area. Not that it lets me go very far. There are a lot of locked doors still. Yeah, I don't think I can actually get onto the ceiling because of that. Fascinating. I'm not sure that helps me at all. Yeah, I'm really not sure if I got anything out of that. I should go check up here again, though. That does look like an unlocked door. And that room has an indicator that says something's probably going on. I'm gonna add this door to my map real quick, though. Though I also suppose if I accidentally run out of health, that solves the problem anyways. Yeah, accidentally running out of health probably solves the problem anyways, which is useful, maybe? Is maybe useful. I'm definitely stalling going back into the vaults to save Mel because that area is slightly scary. Yeah, the vaults area is a little bit scary sounding. So, definitely going to be distracted. Temporarily distracted, at least. 'Cause I can go a lot of places right now. I'm just not sure where is whatever we want to find. That is... Oh, are you gonna chase me all the way over here? You are. I like the little robot dog in the back. I can pet the dog. I didn't even do that intentionally. Okay, this game is now 10 times better. The game is now 10 times, at least 10 times better from the fact that I can pet the dog. Okay, I just triggered a cutscene. Are you going to steal one more of my health? I put so much effort into getting that health back. Yeah, I put so much effort into getting 6 health. Only for the game to decide I don't actually need 6 health. That is slightly unfair seeming. Hopefully I figure out a way to restore that at some point. Yeah, hopefully I figure out a way to restore that at some point. Because that just doesn't feel fair. That just don't feel fair to me. That it's just like, oh yeah, you spent so much effort getting 1 extra health. You don't need that. I had 6 for a little while. I'm assuming there's at some point I'm going to be able to actually restore that health that I'm missing now, but not yet apparently. I can't help but suspect that there is something else up top though that I've missed. I didn't really run to the left up here. I kind of just like went up to this point and then just ran away down to the right, which is why I ran all the way back up. Well, watch it take me down to 4 health now. That would be deeply unfortunate. But yeah, we could pet the dog. That is very, very, very nice. Is this door locked? This door is not locked. Given how many doors in this game are just like semi-permanently locked looking, I'll take it. Sorry, did I say bring me down to 4 health? I did, and I suspect that the game's actually gonna do that at some point. Can I make it through there? Or is there's something blocking me that I can't see? Yeah, something there is blocking me that I can't see. And I'm not sure. I mean, if I hit it, it sounds like there's a jelly. Yeah, it sounds like there's like a jello or jelly thing over there. I can't see it though. Oh, is there a gap? There is a hole in the ceiling. Now the health thing. I suspect that because the game, because that just feels like something the game's gonna do to me. Yeah, am I fighting a digital vampire? I'm honestly not sure what we're facing off against. I'm honestly not sure what we're facing off against here. Other than something is happening. Also, this platforming section is going to be the end of me. Yeah, this platforming section is definitely going to just be the end of me at the current rate. Hey, luckily we have a healing spot, like, right here. I gotta figure out how it actually wants me to solve this, though. I'm guessing I need to make it to the right. Yeah, I'm guessing I need to make it to the right. Possibly off the backside of that. Yeah, possibly off this side. Because I need to make it to the right. Somehow. I think I need to hit that, and then I think I need to grapple up. Yeah, I see the moving walls blocking the wind. I just can't figure out what to do with them. I just can't figure out what to do with the moving walls blocking the wind. Yeah, I'm suspecting that if I run over here, I can loop around and then, like, okay, I could definitely just lasso up right there. It's another one of these, it's the same sort of jelly-seeming object blocking my way there. It's a beautiful day today. The city is lovely. I could stay here forever. Something tells me you are staying here forever. Okay, we found the overseer for City Hall. That means that is now a valid fast travel point. So I would appreciate surviving. I don't think I can go through these. I don't think there are actually gaps in the ceiling at all. I mean, we found. We definitely found something up here. I'm missing whatever ability I need to clear out that goop. I'm still missing whatever ability I need to clear out that goop. Is there anything up the wall? I don't know why, but I have a feeling there's something up the wall that I want. I have zero evidence for this hypothesis. Yeah, I have zero evidence for this hypothesis, but I'm gonna give it like 1 or 2 more tries to get up the wall there, because if there is something up the wall, and or that's just a really tall wall. Yeah, how would I feel about it if that actually happened? I mean, I suspect that the game is not going to be completely unfair, even if it does take away more health from me. Because I'm suspecting that there is some way for me to restore that missing health somewhere. Even if I don't know where that is yet, I do suspect that there's going to be some way for me to restore that. And I mean, clearly, all I need to do is... Clearly, the worst case scenario is I just need to be somehow careful and not take any damage. Yeah, technically you could always get more health pips, so technically if that was the case, yes, I could. I don't like the way that was worded, the way that was worded concerns me. But also, it's probably fine. It's probably fine. I do wonder if there... Can I get... I'm trying to figure out... wondering if I can get into this section somehow. I'm not entirely sure how. I do have this boss over here that I'm going to need to deal with at some undetermined point in the future. And that I have not determined yet. There's pathways down here. Can go try to save Mel at some point, presumably. I'm also just trying to make sure I'm not missing something obvious. So all I got for my exploration was 1 fewer health. So far, at least. Which is mildly unfortunate. The game decided I was being a little too curious there. Okay, 1, 2, 3, there we go. Yeah, I was able to climb up and around that at one point there. I'm wondering if I can climb up and around the other side, though. Like, up the left side of this building instead of the right side. Because it looks like that might lead... I can go in through the inside. But I'm wondering if I might be able to... somehow climb up the outside, though that's going to put me below. I think I do need to go through the inside of the building. Yeah, I do suspect I need to actually go through the inside of the building. But hey, I mean, even in the worst case scenario, we're still at 5 health because I got that extra protective coating layer. Which does make me a little bit less worried. Okay, beware the, angry grass. Gotta beware the angry grass. Okay, that room's not actually terrible to get through. Though I'm not sure how the game... if the game wants me to actually go further left. Okay, it does give me access up here. I think I missed that access pathway last time I came through here. I don't think I realized I could climb on that bit of background decoration. Okay, I do need to be a little bit more careful though. Because I suspect I can actually make it over here. I just need to be more careful about going under that bit of ceiling. I am going to run out of health doing this. That was close. Yeah, the angry grass got mad at being touched. I just lost 331 Nakra droplets to the pool. That is... honestly, I'm more disappointed at that than I am at the fact that I messed up what seems like it should be an relatively easy platforming, like 5 times in a row. This game's platforming is not used. Yeah, a lot of the platforming here is not too absurd feeling. It's just a little bit on the tricky side. At least it's fast to get back to. Yeah, it is an interesting design decision that you can't get your money back. Yeah, it really is. But I suppose it's not one I've seen very often, so... it does make the game stand out a little bit. Door open. I made it. Where am I now? Courtney and a J. Welcome to the Tremor House. A place to gather before the heart fails us and we all permanently disconnect. None of us want to face it alone. But as long as we stay together, we can still find some joy. Let's make the most of the time we have left. And then, I was thinking, the heart was never supposed to last that long. We used to replace the incumbents every century or so. Those were the most grandiose embeddings to behold. Sadly, as the travelers vanished, so did the embeddings. When you think about it, it's amazing how long the current heart has lasted. But I guess we always wish for more. Interesting. There's an item up here, though. What's this? Foolish Ideal. Damage inflicted on enemies increases when energy is not fully charged. Interesting. 20 slots is fairly expensive, though. Yeah, 20 slots is fairly expensive. Can I break the ice in the ceiling? I can break the ice in the ceiling. Okay, that puts me back up topside. Next to the dog that I definitely need to just pet every time I run past them. But yeah, MIO has a couple of those interesting design decisions between the not having even like a couple of heal charges you could carry around, which is something that I see most Souls-likes have, to having the apparent lack of permanent damage upgrades, the amount of money you lose when you die with it. We do have one more pearl that I can take back to Nexus here. Yeah, it's very interesting how the game takes some of those like classic Metroidvanias and just slightly tweaks them. He was cheerful and outgoing, always finding a way to mingle with the travelers he had under his care. Solitude was not part of his vocabulary. It was especially painful to see him lose his spark after the traveler's disappearance. At least now, he is not alone anymore. His name was Liho. Let him be remembered. We have obtained another pearl. I'm not sure why we're collecting the pearls still. And I'm still not entirely sure why we're collecting the pearls. Or severing the pearls. Yeah, losing max health is also an interesting design choice. The game doesn't feel... So yeah, the last two are the hand, which is who stole Mel. And the spine, who is just sitting up topside somewhere. Or like just up above us. And just not wanting to respond. Yeah, I'm not sure. All I hear is shh. That's a spoiler. Not sure what the spoiler you're talking about is. I suppose I can go down to the vault again, probably. Yeah. Going off what you saw. Yeah, at least... I mean, as far as I could tell, I'm losing max health. If not permanently, then at least temporarily. Which is interesting. I kind of want to not lose health to that guy. I kind of want to have full health when I go down to the vault, because I'm suspecting that terrible things are going to happen once we go down into the vault. I mean, we have 3 black dots. We were at 2, like, not that long ago, which is why I started talking about losing health. Okay, apparently I'm going down to the vault with -2 instead of -1. That enemy did not go very well. Okay, we have 3 black dots. We encountered something that stole one of our whites and turned into a black right at the beginning of the game, and then another one like 20 or 30 minutes ago. Not sure what they are, just that they're stealing health. So I think I'm going to lose health. I mean, it's functionally losing health, because it's one less damage I can actually take. Is why I'm saying it's like I'm losing health. Door locked from the other side. Where was the entrance to the vault down here? I don't actually remember. Yeah, I haven't. As far I mean, there are so many things I just do not know what's going on in this game. So that's at least what I'm I'm kind of just taking it how I'm thinking it might be going. Can I climb up and out of here from on the roof? Can I get on? Can I get on top of the shuttle? Then use that to somehow get up here. Yeah, I have 3 black pipstones left there, and I started the game with 1. I lost one of my whites for a black super early on. And then I lost one like a couple of minutes ago. Because I had finally gotten up to 6 white dots. And then like we immediately turned around and lost it. Lost one of them to turning into a black dot. Okay, why do I feel like there is something if I climb up the elevator? Okay, yeah, this feels climbable. And the thing I'm not sure about, and don't spoil me, is if there's a way for me to get those back. Because it is a little bit unfortunate that I've lost them. The health loss is permanent. That is unfortunate. Yeah, that is very unfortunate if it is permanent. Because I liked having more health. And or hopefully there's a way for me to, like, functionally restore it. Yeah, tremor triggering the world, I lose 1 health point. Yeah, hopefully there's a way for me to even, like, maybe somewhat functionally, like, get just more of it. I don't know how much max health there is either. Is kind of the problem, because, like, I don't know if how much I've found. Okay, why did it let me climb all the way up here? Because I don't think I can go any further up. Yeah, I don't find. Yeah, it's the game's way of selling you on the story of the spaceship being in a pretty bad shape now. I mean, it kind of works. I don't know if I can actually go any further up the elevator shaft. I made it a lot further up than I thought I was going to. See, that isn't an exit. Yeah, that isn't an exit at the very least. Because I don't... Where am I even trying to go? Yeah, you were heavily invested in the world, so you don't mind it. I don't necessarily mind it. At least completely. It's just... It's an interesting bit of design that the game throws at you there. Because I just know I was like at least a little bit excited about finally getting 1 extra health, and the game's just like, nope, no extra health for you. Yeah, so if we crawl through the pipes, we're not actually. Okay, I don't know why I keep attacking those things. They don't actually do literally any damage to me. Can't make it out of the pipes there. Yeah, we're just in the plumbing. Okay, oh, we do have just an overseer spot down here. You came. Thank you, customer. Now let me show you the tricks I learned about opening doors. Are we breaking in? I think we're breaking and entering. Yeah, all enemies and bosses on the ship also get nerfed from the tremor. I didn't realize that part. There's still no fighter, so I'll follow you from a distance. But as soon as I pick up Mel's signal, I'll let you know. See you later. I want to trigger the heal point. Yeah, that is kind of an interesting... That is a rather interesting design choice. I mean, I do... It's not substantial, but it is a nerf. I mean, I'll take a nerf if I'm getting a nerf. That was called how to not do a down attack. Okay. Because I'm not sure exactly where we're actually trying to get... Yeah, I'm not entirely sure where we're even trying to make it to. Those things have a decently large amount of health. We are picking up a lot of Nakra here, though. Which I think I also appreciate, because eventually we're going to find Mel and be able to buy a bunch of stuff from the shop. Though, that enemy being over the water's a little bit spooky. Or over the goop gloom stuff. Okay, can I... Oh, it does deal a little bit of damage to them. It's all done for the sake of the story and can be seen as being cruel to the player, but it serves the story you already were invested in. Yeah, I suppose that is a fair enough assessment. Because it does play into the story very well. And, like, I don't know if I, like, actually am, like, upset. I don't think I'm actually, like, upset at it or anything. So much, I just find it interesting, because it's not something I see in a lot of games. It's not something I see in very many games. So it's definitely more on the unique side. I don't think it required me to have the wall climb ability to come into this area. I don't think this area actually had a requirement for the wall climb ability, from what I'm seeing. I want to open these doors, though. Because I'm suspecting that these doors are going to give me either a shortcut or a fast cut to not being intact anymore. And I don't know if I've determined which one that's going to be yet. That is a lot of lasers in the background there. Yeah, most games are afraid of giving players friction. I don't usually terribly mind it. I don't usually terribly mind it at the very least. Because the game's not being, like, actively completely unfair. Because the game being completely unfair would, in my opinion, look a little bit more like the game just being like, oh, hey, look, you, I mean, I did just lose 400 Nakra. But, like, it is balanced, at least, I think. I think that's how I want to word it, is the game's not being so much unfair as it's just being... It's not giving you freebie handouts. It's not giving me freebie handouts, I think is how I'd describe. Is I think where I'd take it. And it's like actually building the world and the story into each other, and actually it is actually a very cool... Like, it is actually rather on the cool side, even if it is a little bit concerning for me. Okay, I can make it over here pretty easily. I wanted to see what was going on with the pump stations. Yeah, I wanted to see what was going on with the pump stations over here. But also, those enemies are a little bit tricky. Because I noticed that it drained something out down there. Yeah, it drained something. I'm not sure my opinion on the red laser guy's fault, who've decided to chase me. I think this room is one I want to actually properly secure, though. Because this feels like a room I want to evaluate a little bit. And yeah, if you don't ever get your players to spend money, as a AAA company, you've kind of failed at least a little bit. Okay, I don't know what the game wants me to do here. It wants me to go under. Got it. Okay, that was a little bit tricky. Yeah, so some of the platforming here is not necessarily the easiest things I've ever seen. I don't want to fall down yet. I'm trying to take I'm trying to take the most repeatable path that I can think of before I go and explore too much. That was actually a good direction to go. Because that is a knocker basin. And that gives me just a little bit of extra health. Soothing Refuge. Apparently we found an entirely new area. With Goliath. You seem lost. Well, I can only sympathize. This place is confusing. I'm not quite sure how I ended up here myself. Although in my case, it doesn't bother me much. This place is as good as any for what I'm doing. I'll figure out an exit for once I'm done. Apologies. It does sound quite rude. I'd gladly show you my work, but I don't feel ready to share. It's not complete yet. Besides, it only makes sense if you read the rest of the stories first. It's funny that AAA companies are chasing the most hyper-realistic, cutting-edge graphics, and yet two of the most beloved games in recent memory are Near the Hollow and Deltarune. I did buy both of those games in the Steam Summer Sale. Great, I don't think either of them were on actually a notable amount of sale. But I did get both the games, which and do plan on playing both of them on stream at some undetermined point in the future. But yeah, a lot of the games that people like actually praise for their gameplay and stuff tend to have very stylized, not super realistic designs, and they know they're a game. Is how I describe it. They're games that know they're games, that are okay with being games. Okay, apparently I can just exit the pipe there. Okay, apparently there's just a shortcut here that I didn't realize. That's actually... Yeah, this game could be in that camp also. Yeah, mine... Yeah, two of the best-selling games of all time are also Minecraft and Tetris. Yeah, this game really does just look phenomenal. I see an overseer. I'm going to mark that on the map. Approximately where we are. In case I can't easily get there. Actually, it looks like it's just in the ceiling of the other room? can I get there somehow? I don't know if I can. Yeah, even in the dark areas, you can see the watercolor aesthetic they were going for. Yeah, this game is very consistent with its styling also. And I don't know, I like it. Yeah, watercolor is just cool looking. Where... Okay, apparently there's another shortcut. This is basically right back to the respawn point, isn't it? I'm guessing that overseer we saw down below is the one that belongs here. I'm also not sure how I didn't notice that pipe down below before. I'm not sure I didn't notice that before. Played Okami Path of Bow Teal Lotus. I haven't played Path of Bow Teal Lotus. I have that one. I think I've played Okami before. I could be misremembering and or mixing it up with a different game as well. Yeah, I could be mixing it up with a different game as well, because I do play a lot of games, both on stream and off stream, so occasionally I get mixed up. That does not appear to be passable, if I had to guess. Okay. Apparently that is passable. I legitimately did not expect that to be passable right there. Unknown object. What did we pick up? We found a candle. We found a candle. That is certainly an object. Can I get out of here, though? That is the next real question. I can indeed. But yeah. You like Path of Bow Teal Lotus? Path of Teal Lotus, it was way more... It was like a way more aerial focused on it. I am not good at aerial combat in most games. Though, it does sound interesting. I think I have it in my backlog somewhere. It is... Granted, me saying I have a game in my backlog means not a lot, given my backlog is a non-zero percentage of the entirety of Steam's library. Especially in the realms of, like, Metroidvanias and Souls-likes. I have a fairly good chunk of them that I've bought and have in my backlog to play at some point. Okay, I'm not sure why I just jumped right into the goop water there. Yeah, I do suspect we want to actually find Mel down here at some point. I'm suspecting they're more off to... My theory is that Mel's more off to the left, though. Though also, we can fall down this room. I'm not actually super concerned about us losing all of our Nakra. A good chunk of it is stuff that we get... We do get a little bit of crystallized each time from my equipment. But yeah, and I mean, another thing I'll say is I'm always looking for just more games that people would be interested in me playing on stream. Usually in the Metroidvania category, but that's not technically a hard requirement I have. I'm just looking for games that are fun. I'm just looking for games that are fun and make for relatively good stream content, or at least have the chance to be entertaining. Okay, I need to clear this gap, but I need to be careful apparently, because there's just an enemy that's gonna just sit on the other side and be in the world's least convenient imaginable spot. Come on, please come over platform. Please come over platform so I can actually attack. Thank you. Okay, so some of this area seems... Okay, I can turn on more pump system. Yeah, some of this area seems to be a bit of a puzzle. Okay. Oh, it's an ice platform that we're like can go up and down on. That's interesting. I still have no idea how we're untangling this area. Or really, I suppose, how we're untangling anything in this entire game. Because this entire game seems to just have the sole objective of making me as confused as possible. Did we just fall? Oh yeah, we just fell down the ceiling there. So we did go left across here, I think. Already? I'm gonna run through here. Because this looks at least like a pathway I haven't taken yet. Yeah, this at least looks like a pathway I haven't been along. One more hit and that enemy should go down. Because that type of enemy seems to take very consistently 7 hits. Or I guess 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 health. Okay, there are a lot of things in this room. I want to activate the pump station and open the door. And then just run away. Run away! Because, can I cannot crystallize my knocker before I get, lightly eviscerated. Okay. That looked like it was heading towards a shortcut somewhere, though. So I'm a little bit... I'm not that upset. I'm a little bit upset I didn't make it to the shortcut, but... Well... Not like I'm playing an easy game. Lots and lots of just twisty-turny passages everywhere. I keep jumping straight into this pool thinking it's solid ground, but it's, most definitely not solid ground. Hold on. What? I definitely have that equipped. I think I just bugged out the game. I think it's double subtracted by regular Nakra. That is because I was using the crystallization station and died at the same time. And I'm gonna just intentionally run myself out of health here with the hope of fixing it. I found a glitch. Also, thanks for stopping by stream, Alexander. Because my hope is that whatever math they're doing... Nope, we're still at negative 350 Nakra. That is fascinating. Okay, so note to self, do not attempt to use crystallization station if you might also die at the same time, because now I can't heal either. Because it still requires it to not be 0, but apparently be... I'm just hoping I don't have to go save editor. Now, this one was just this one was honestly probably like a second or two of a timing window. Worst case, this was a frame-perfect glitch. Yeah, like, in the worst possible case, I triggered a frame-perfect glitch, which is not something that's entirely new to me. Because I'm... Okay, so apparently I do just need to farm up. I mean, hey, I don't need to worry about losing my Nakra until then. That is quite a funny... That is quite a funny glitch, though. I've got to be honest. Can I crystallize negative Nakra? Did it? Oh, it did crystallize my Nakra. I can crystallize negative 296 droplets. No, it doesn't let me actually crystallize them. So I... That is a weird... Yeah, whatever it did there is just weird. I'm honestly not sure. Okay, oh, that's a shortcut there at least. Yeah, I'm honestly not sure what to think of that other than that was actually kind of cool. That is honestly kind of a cool little effect that happened there, I suppose, is the best descriptor I have. Because can't say I was expecting that. I wonder how the game saves that. Yeah, I wonder how the game saves that into the save file. Because it's fascinating. I mean, I'm gonna lose. I don't actually get any of that Nakra, but that's getting me closer to not being flat, not being in debt again. Yeah, can't say I know how that happens from a programming standpoint. Doesn't mean I don't think it's a little bit on the cool or more interesting side of things. Does it go up or down? Or did it not even impact this? I think it might not even impact this scoop. Yeah, I think it might not even impact the goop here. I mean, I still don't have to worry about losing my Nakra droplets to the pond because I lost them all already? I guess? Yeah, we're apparently just in debt to the crystallizer machine. Which... That's just a fascinating little bug. I almost never find bugs intentionally in a game, but I've definitely found them unintentionally before. Like that one, I found a couple of weeks ago, I found in Ender Lilies a weird bit of broken collision in that game, where I found a seam between I found a seam between two parts of the game's collision system. Okay, I can go through this room now. Along that pathway. There we go. And the hand works in secrecy, but I suspect she's using all this gloom water for something. I don't think I trust the hand. They seem to be slightly on the evil side. Also, they have saw blades everywhere. I don't trust anything that has... Their entire area consists of giant spinning saw blades of doom. Can't say that seems like a particularly friendly thing for a creature to have. 'Cause that really is a lot of saw blades. Okay, we've saved the Overseer. That's also progress. And yeah, I still don't know what happened with my Silksong luck yesterday. Because I did the math based off the wiki, got 1 in 20 billion chance of that happening. And thank you for draining the leak. I haven't got quite long after 524 years. Is the old hag still in charge, or did I miss her embedding? Oh, I'm so eager to discover all that's changed. Is this a... Are we losing another health? We're losing another health. Okay, I guess we're not... I guess we're down to 4 health now. I don't like that. Yeah, I guess we're down to 4 health instead of 5. Actually, we're technically only at 3 health. Because one of those health is a modifier slot I have equipped. Which is... Not particularly great. Though, we triggered something. Okay, we opened this door. That's another shortcut, I think, at least. Yeah, my poor health bar is looking a little rough at this point. Yeah, Mel, Dr. Holland's property. I can free them. That you, lass? How did you find me? You shouldn't have come. They'll eat you up. Careful now. They're coming. Okay, we have a boss fight here. Debbie, Dr. Holland's collector. Can I just start bashing them up? We do not have a... Yeah, we don't have a ton of health. Yeah, we do not have a ton of health anymore. We're back down to 4 health because... Thank you, game. Yeah, the guy who just talked to you is dead AF now. Yeah... That'll happen if you're caught in a... presumably giant earthquake of doom, tremor. I'm not entirely sure what they are. I'm not entirely sure what the tremors are. They don't seem to be super great for our long-term survival odds. Also, we're still negative enough. I'm gonna just keep finding that hilarious. Yeah, the tremors. I suppose, yeah. Just call them tremors. I am curious what's further to the left as well, though. And not just what's behind the boss fight. Because there's definitely at least something else over in this area. Though, given that we are 4 entire points or protective codes short of being back up at 5 health, that is not... I have a sneaking suspicion we're not making it back to 5 health anytime soon. Yeah, I'm just trying to make it through this room again. But yeah, these 2 enemies that kind of want to hover are not helping my survival rate. Yeah, those enemies are a little bit inconveniently located. Hey, we're slowly paying off our Nakra debt, though, to... Okay, that does not appear to be traversable. Is there a pathway up here? There is a tunnel up top. Because I am curious where some of those other pathways lead to as well. And also saw blades coming out of the ceiling. They'll also probably, unfortunately, have to call today's stream there. Starting to run out of time. We have a boss there. We have a boss there. We have a mysterious overseer there. I'm also gonna put a. I'm just gonna make this a very obvious. Hey, there's stuff down here. Actually, I can't put that many markers on the map. I'm gonna put the boss there. I think that's what we're gonna start next stream with, and then eventually pay off our Nakra debt. So yeah. Thanks for watching my stream, everybody. Hope you had fun. Like, comment, subscribe, so YouTube doesn't banish me back to the Shadow Realm for all eternity. Again. It's happened like 20 times at this point. And, the design decision for this game might not resonate with everyone. I've played enough games that I'm used to it. Yeah, I've played enough games that I am at least used to to just weird design decisions that I don't necessarily agree with, but that they don't ruin my enjoyment of the game. But yeah, thanks for stopping by, everybody. But yeah, again, thanks for stopping by, everybody. Hope you had fun. Next stream to be determined. New outfit stream. First stream with my new outfit will be July 14th. And we have an absolutely wonderful rest of your day. Bye-bye.